87% pure. As lethal as a cyanide pellet.
Yeehaw!
The morning stream. Looks like we missed the party.
Whoa, hello, I'm muted. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It is the morning stream for Thursday, March 13th, 2025. I'm Scott Johnson. That is Brian Ibbett. Good morning.
Guten Morgen to you, Mr. Johnson.
Guten Morgen. Yeah, we're here. We're doing stuff. Guess what, though? I want to do just a quick little quiz with you. This is an audio quiz, Brian. At the top of the show, I played this.
Yeehaw!
Guess where that's from.
Yes.
Guess that clip.
Well, that sounds like James Hong. I'm going to guess that
is that your
I'm going
answer?
to guess that's from Avatar: Last Airbender.
All right, let's play it again.
Yeehaw!
Is that the correct answer? No. Any other guesses? I'll play it one more time.
No other guesses.
I mean, you're not wrong that if this was me, 100% would have said James Hong.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm basing that on you knowing me, that I'm watching. God, I'm loving the multi-story arcs or the multi-episode story arcs in season 2, where it's like, oh no, they took Appa and they're in the desert, and how are they going to find him and all that stuff. So
sure. Well, that's true. You are watching that. I forgot about that.
I am watching that and loving it.
Yeah.
Loving it.
It's real good.
Well, a lot of people are saying Crimson. Oh no, Oz is saying Crimson Tide. King of the Hill, people are saying. Give me one more play of it.
Okay.
Yeehaw!
It does sound a lot like Con Senior in King of the Hill, but it's not. It
totally does. I'm gonna go off the board and say that it is what's his face Jr. riding the missile in Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying About and Love the Bomb.
Let's find out if it's him. Nope.
It's not. I know 100% it's not.
So I don't know. Let's see who said it in the chat. That is Gene Hackman in Crimson Tide.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. It's the weirdest.
Yeehaw!
I mean, he's trying to explain.
That is so freaking weird.
He's trying to explain something to Denzel, and I can't remember the context, but it threw me so hard to hear him do that. And I just went,
funny.
well, I'm capturing that shit. That's stupid. That's really dumb.
Tina and I watched while Tina played Wordle and Connections and read Facebook on her phone and laptop. I watched Under Suspicion last night. And I'm not going to, because I want to save it all for Film Sack. I don't want to spill any of my candy in the lobby, but yeah,
You got
I'm
thoughts?
just going to tell you that I watched it.
Okay.
And I can't wait to talk about it.
Oh boy.
And
I'm nervous now.
yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, I guess that's all we can say. I don't know enough about it because I'm already coming into it a little bit shell-shocked because I thought it was Clint Eastwood making it, and it's not. Some other dude.
Yeah.
And that other dude.
I can tell you that it makes me a little angry, or made me a little angry.
Interesting.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to see it, and then I'll probably see it tonight, and then I will try to guess as to what you said, and then Saturday we'll all get together, and then this is going to really come
and
together.
actually officially talk about it.
Yeah.
It's the whole reason. Like, a couple of years ago, I said, because in our letting people know out there that we have we actually have can't talk more coffee, have a Film Sack chat where it's just you, me, and Brian and Randy, and we would talk about what we watched. And I always said, like, hey, save this. Don't even say if you liked it or not. Save it for Saturday.
Yeah.
And I break rule number 1 all the time.
Yeah, we all do.
We all do.
Yeah. I break it with gifts usually. That's how I do it.
Yeah. You do.
I like dumb gifts.
Or just like a simple, like, this movie.
Yeah.
Can't wait to talk to you all about it Saturday.
Yeah. Kind of, again, all that candy spilt early. But Monica asks, is this the Kevin Costner one? No, that is No Way Out. That's No Way Out. Right. And if you haven't seen No Way Out, it's the one where him and Blade Runner lady get it on in the back of the
Sean
limo.
Young.
Yeah. Gene Hackman is in that, but plays the vice president, I think.
I think that's right. Yeah.
That's a good movie. No Way Out's good.
It's a really good movie. Yeah.
I like it.
You don't get any yeehaws in there, but it's really good still.
Yeehaw!
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 Rest in peace.
So James Hong, like, A Seinfeld fuck.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
It really is. We are noodle folk. Anyway, hey, you guys got some stuff here for you. I got a beefy question for you here, Brian.
Ooh, all right. Okay.
This has been bugging me since the day I went in, and I forgot to do it when I was telling you the recap. But one more trip to memory lane for my colonoscopy, and I have a question. When I walked in, they had a reception area, and it had a bunch of information like you have cards, pens. They look back there. They got a printer and all that. Your copay, coinsurance, or deductible is expected at the time of service. Blah blah blah. But also, out on the counter for those just listening and not seeing this, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's more than this. I only just showed a little because I was trying to be inconspicuous with the camera in a HIPAA place. But this counter's covered in brand new ice scrapers for your car.
Yes. Is that their logo? That's their logo on there, right?
I think so. Let me zoom in and make sure. I think it says Granite. Granite. Yep. Granite's the name of the
Granite Parks.
Something.
Peaks, Granite Peaks.
Yeah. And this
it's
thing.
Swag.
Yeah, it's swag. I guess so. But what are they saying to me in a colonoscopy place with having a big scraper in there? It's scary. I don't like it.
Well, it feels like someone kind of did a little when they said, let's do ice scrapers.
Yeah. It was very odd, I thought.
Would you prefer it was chocolates?
I mean, I remember those anus ones we had we showed them on the show before. They looked like little chocolate anuses.
Yeah.
No, but it would have seemed more in line with the place. It would
have been less subtle than the scrapers and not as useful. I would grab one of those and be like, awesome, I need a good scraper for my car. I've got one that has a scraper but no brush.
Oh, yeah, this would be good. And also, that's the funny thing about these scrapers is I couldn't tell if you're supposed to just take them, or am I supposed to pay for these?
They didn't say, help yourself to a scraper or anything like that.
No. But also, that would have been amazing if they'd have said, all right, filled out your paperwork. We got that. You're looking good here. All right, make sure to take one of these scrapers. Like, what an odd thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought it was really weird. And I took a picture of it, and Kim she nudges me with her elbow and goes, can't take pictures in there, she says.
No, can't take video in here, Kim.
Yeah, it's not pictures, it's video.
Pictures are okay.
And I said, look, these are freaking ice scrapers in a butthole checker place. And she's like, I know, but don't take pictures. Someone's going to get mad at us. I'm like, you're probably right. But
it's awesome.
I snuck it out. Anyway, I don't know what to make of that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why they had these. I don't have a good answer.
It's free swag. It's, like they pulled up the 4imprint catalog and said, we've done fanny packs, we've done water bottles. How about scrapers? Cool. All right, good.
Yeah.
I'll bet you they did it without even thinking about kind of the loose tangential thread to working in a colonoscopy place and having a scraper.
Probably. They were just like
if they did pap smears.
I don't know how those work. How do you get your smear papped? Like, what actually, do we even want to know this? How this works?
Scraping of the cells and the inside, just checking for cancerous cells and stuff. So they scrape a few cells
in your Virginia. Is that where they get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the pap.
Yeah. It's neither a pap nor a smear.
Disgust. Oh, it's a cervix scraping. All right, and they don't give you guys any kind of Carter and I were talking about this. Men are wusses. Women are amazing because they go into these appointments they have, and they go in there. They get into the Virginia there, and they do pinching it and take snipping a hunk of it off to go test it later or whatever they do. Yeah. And they don't give you any kind of pain, anything. They just say, here you go, in your most vulnerable position with your legs up on a thing.
I know.
Oh, man, that sucks. I don't know why we do that to women. It's because men are in charge. That's the deal.
That's exactly right.
All right. Jim Jensen. Yeah. Not to be confused with Jim.
I'll tell you one really quick. Really, really quick that kind of plays off of that. So the other day I go in for my, I get my nose waxed every once in a while. I get the hairs closer to the front of my nose taken out because it's quick, it's easy, and I like the place, and they're very friendly there.
Right.
I know that the hairs in the back are the ones that protect your, from inhaling bacterian disease and stuff like that, but whatever, I get the front ones done.
Yeah.
Anyway, I go in there and woman who does it. I think I've definitely had her before because she remembered that I do podcasting and stuff like that. She's like, "Oh, how's the podcast going?" I'm like, "Oh my God, you've got a good memory." And I wanted to say, well, I know you've been looking at assholes all day, but I apparently am not going to stop that trend.
No, now here I am.
Some phrase like that, but I didn't. I just kept,
Sure.
Yeah.
Tempting though, right?
Workshopping the joke.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's tempting to do that with your caregivers.
It's tempting to do that.
Yeah.
It is tempting to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't help it. So here's my question though.
Yes.
The nose hair thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is it in the year 2025 of our Lord 2025?
Mm-hmm. Our Lord is 2025. Lord 2025.
In the name of 2025, why is it that mankind has yet to develop a nose hair trimmer that's any effing good?
Yeah, exactly. I've got one that seriously, you try and do the, and then you look, it's like, nope, missed everything. Nope,
they're terrible. I've tried a bunch. I tried an expensive one. It still sucks. Yeah, they suck.
Yeah. Here's what they need to develop. They need to develop one that expands gently to the outside edge of your nostril, so that you're not like poking it like a dude, with a hand mixer and a thing of cookie batter.
That's what it's like. It
needs to be like, have it go in there and go.
Yeah. And do it in a way that isn't going to harm you physically. That will just remove your sticky outies, the stuff you just need to get rid of.
Just right.
These don't exist. And you can get them from the best place who says, we are the world's finest nose trimmer.
Right. Might as well buy one from Temu.
Yeah.
Might as well, because you're going to...
Go down to 5 or more, or what's it called? 5 over, 5 over 5?
5 below.
5 below. Go to 5 below and grab yourself one of those because they're just as good, man. They suck ass. They're terrible.
They really do. Yeah. They don't even do that.
I mean, my sister.
It'd be useful at least if they did that, but they don't do that.
When you go in for it, though, is it a wax, like yank it out wax deal? Is that the deal?
Yeah. And there's it. I usually don't pick who I want to have do it to me because then it's like, oh, well then, she's not working today, so it'll be Thursday before you can come in, or it'll be next week or whatever. So I'm like, I'll just take whoever's available because I want it done. I want it done now. I'm in and out of there in 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. But one woman is like the master at this, and I can't remember her name, but she's able to get just about everything in one pull per nostril. The woman I had this last time, I think she did like 6 per nostril, 6 pulls.
It's like phlebotomist.
And it only hurts for like a split second.
Yeah.
And it's like okay, I'm fine now.
It's like phlebotomists who can do the needle really well,
Yes, exactly. It's like, it'd be great if I could remember her name, but it was like, just get it done.
Yeah, yank it and be done the first time. That's the perfect scenario for do it right once.
Exactly. That is exactly right. Yes.
Well,
I'd rather you take your time and get 90% of the hairs. And if you have to do a little follow-up one where it's like, oh, we missed this guy right here, boink, great.
Yeah.
But 6 times of like, and then she squeezes my nostril, like she puts the wax in there and she goes,
oh gosh.
She squeezes both nostrils really tight. And it's like, that kind of hurts. Actually, that part hurts more than the yank.
So couple things. I had my sister-in-law do it once. Don't ever do that. Don't have family do it. I trust Kim, I guess, but her sister was terrible at it. She put them up my nose. She may hear this, so Sarah, if you're listening, how you doing? Second of all, when she did it, we did all the things you're supposed to do. I don't even know if I blame her because something's wrong with the wax or something. But the sticks were up there. We were gonna do this all at home, ready to roll. Time had passed for it to solidify or do whatever it does. And she goes, all right, now all you have to do is just, close your eyes, relax. And I'm just going to one yank. And I have video of this somewhere. She pulls it and it just stayed. It didn't go out. It was just like, and then she yanked again. And her hand slipped it past the stick. It sucked. But then, okay, here's my other thing. Jeannie says just use some scissors and trim it. Here's the problem, Jeannie. I have this unreasonable, unfounded fear that if I put if I put a pair of scissors up my nose, somebody from behind me is going to walk by and tap me on the back of the head.
It is everything your parents told you not to do in one movement. Putting sharp scissors up your nose, it feels like, running with scissors, putting stuff in your nose, like all of these things all in one.
Yeah.
All in one, don't do it.
Yeah. Why would you? Yeah, I can't do it. That just freaks me out. Putting sharp shit up your nose. All right. Speaking of sharp shit, Jim Jensen, local listener, awesome dude, always a very kind-hearted, wonderful guy. Him and Robin are some of our favorite people in the world. And he says, I'm hosed on those meat pies, and here's why. He says, he sent us a message, says, those meat pies that I remember locally was somebody called Morrison Meat Pies. And I think he's right. That name is ringing a bell. He says they are no longer in business. Now, the good news is the stuff we did see yesterday's show, or maybe the day before, I don't remember. Those were the meat pie. They were essentially the structure and the content of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're just not the brand that you remember.
Yeah, I think I'm okay doing that. So I will try to track those down. But he's right. It is a sad day for everybody. Morrison out. Jim Morrison
out.
Jim Morrison OD'd, and these guys said, that's it. We can't do this anymore. And that was the end of that. So thank you for that. We also got a 3D question from Charlie who says, hello, my coworker is starting to do 3D printing stuff, and I just can't remember what program Brian uses to model stuff in. Thank you. Brian, what do you use?
Oh, well, thank you, Charlie, for writing in. I use a program called Shaper 3D, SHAPR, so no E, Shaper 3D. And what I like about this is that it's the only modeler that works across desktop and iPad. So I can use my Apple Pencil and my iPad, and right when I'm thinking of something that I want to model, I can do it while I'm sitting on the couch watching TV, as opposed to saying, oh, I better remember what I want to do. I can actually start, and I can get, like, you can be super duper precise down the millimeter using your iPad and pencil and typing in the numbers and all that stuff. Really, really good. There's a free version of it. You get 2 designs at a time, and nothing's stopping you from exporting those designs and having 2 more designs, and basically just kind of continue the free plan. But I do the pro plan, which is not the price that they have on their site. I did it during Black Friday, so it's half that price. But it is, roughly like $10 to $15 a month.
Oh, worth it if you're doing a lot of that stuff.
Totally worth it. And I love the interface. It's got what's it called? Basically, it keeps your history on one side of the screen so that you can jump back to a particular point in your design, change something, and it'll automatically change everything that relates to. So, like, let's say you draw a circle, you create a cylinder, you punch a hole in the cylinder, you do all that, and then you realize, oh, I didn't make the cylinder big enough. You can enlarge the cylinder, go back to that level in the history, enlarge just the cylinder, and it'll keep all the other things you've done to it.
Oh, I like that. So non-destructive, basically non-destructive mixed with almost like time travel. You can go back and...
Exactly. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Unlike time travel movies, you can go back, change something, then go back to the same future, and only that thing will have changed.
That reminds me. I've had this conversation twice this week, and I'm going to bring it up here. And you're a time travel guy, or at least you're critical of how it's done in movies, so that you'll be perfect.
Or I might be a time travel guy, and I just don't tell anybody.
Yeah, of course. This could all be a cover.
It's one of the rules of time travel.
Yeah, it could all be a cover. Just don't shoot Bruce Willis or make him disappear so his gun stays.
I won't touch Ron Silver either.
Yeah, don't do that either. Purple goo is no good for anybody. So here's the deal. Somebody said, and I have not been able to shake it. It was in a TikTok video or something I was watching late at night, and maybe that was the problem, it was late at night. But I heard this thing where he says, time doesn't exist. Some scientist guy. And the host is like, what are you talking about? That's ridiculous. He says, we've defined time to be a thing that But really, it's just to help us understand what's the difference between you when you're 5 and then you when you're 20, or what's the difference between when you bought a thing and then later when you sold the thing. We've created a construct of time. You've had it for 10 years and then you sold it, or you've been alive for 20, or whatever it is. He says, we made that up. He says, the truth of it is there is no such thing as time. And he says, well, okay, I'll bite. And then he explains it. And here's the basic, I'm very much paraphrasing, but the basic thing was you can't visit the past and you can't visit the future. all you ever have is this moment that's literally over the second I say it. Or if I say the word cow, it's over. That the moment that I said cow is gone.
Right.
Bobby in the chat, he is. It's good for him. And you know what, Bobby, next time you're on, let's bring it up again because this is interesting. So the concept is you only ever have a moment, and you can make the argument that, well, okay, something in the universe has elapsed. There has been a period of time, but the way you can compress it with light speed, decompress it in other ways, like time is relative. That's proven. So since it's so manipulable, it's not a great way of saying that. It's terrible pronunciation of that word. That the only thing that actually exists is the very second the very moment, not even a second, the moment that is you are in right now,
the present.
Because there is no past you can go to, and there is no future you can go to. You're just at the point. You're at that thing. Right? This was his concept, and all I could do is think about it since he talked about it. I've just been in my head the whole time.
No, it's a thing that I've heard in other places too. Even Quantum Leap talked about how time isn't really so much a long string. It's a wadded up ball of string that you're experiencing all at the same time. And your memories and your past and your future, all that is just in that really tight little ball of string.
Sure.
But it's all just semantics. Like if I say A, B, something has elapsed between when I said A and B, and we call it time, but it doesn't have to be called that or experienced like that. If it
And his point, and that's a great way of saying it. His point was that we just say something elapsed.
Right.
Did something really elapse between A and B? What happened is there were...
All we're doing is we're saying B with the memory that A happened.
Right. Memory is what gives us time. It gives us time in the past anyway. So anyway, it just kind of got under my skin, and it's been driving me nuts. And if a frog had wings, it wouldn't bump its butt a hopping. I like me some Southern wisdom. Let's do it.
That's right.
I actually really do.
Yeah, I do too. So, No, I like that. And I do hope we can get Bobby on in a couple of weeks to explain. We've got Stephen Monday, but Bobby the following Monday, and it'd be great to have him kind of talk about this, even if it's for a moment. Before he talks about his real subject. One last thing. Two last things. Shaper 3D is free for students and educators. So if you have a .edu email address, I think you can get it free.
Oh, nice.
So that's cool.
I like that.
And if you want something similar, but that's also free, and it'll be, you want more models to be stored in there. I used it for a long time before I switched to Shaper 3D. Fusion 360, you can get a free license as a hobbyist. And they don't check to see if you're selling your models or things like that. So Fusion 360 is a very robust and excellent modeler. It's what Builder-Ann uses, because Builder-Ann just doesn't want to build things on his iPad, clearly.
No, why? I mean, look at that guy. Look how he goes.
Why would he want that?
He and I had the wildest back and forth last night on text because he had put off seeing Furiosa until last night.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he was like, I guess what I'm doing tonight. I don't know what took me so long. Oh, sweet. Have a good time. You're going to really enjoy it. And then we got done. He's like, I want to build this car. I want to make this thing. I want to make that. And he's showing me like pictures he took of the screen. Like one of the vehicles and all that.
There's so much in that he'd want to make. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh my gosh, Hemsworth crazy and this and that. It's fun to experience my love of that world again through other people's eyeballs. So Bill, if you're listening, that was fun. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Brian, what else we got here? Oh man, lots of top heavy front part of the show.
I know, exactly. We may not get news, and you'll be happy with that.
Yeah, you'll be fine with it. We might get a story or two, but let's see what happens. Sure. Stan wrote in on laxed animal laws. I made the point that Missouri maybe was the most laxed, and I have to admit, I'm basing most of that on that ape documentary and the one about the Tiger King guy.
Oh, right, sure.
Because in both those cases, they were about Missouri zoos having way less restrictions. Exotic animals were fine for everybody to have them, that kind of thing. And I I'll admit, without much knowledge, I just assumed that Missouri was the place you could do this and nowhere else was nearly as easy. Here's what he says. I have heard you say more than once that Missouri has the easiest animal laws. Actually, if you go by animal rights laws, Utah is 44 worse than Missouri. 44 worse than Missouri at 37.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So we're 44th in the country. Missouri is 37.
Missouri's 37. So Utah's worse. Okay.
That's what he says. Now, when he says rights, that obviously I'd have to find out what that defines as. Doesn't sound good, but
no.
There's a link
Dear
here.
Stan, you wrote the thing about animal laws. Well, it's all fun and games until they clamp down on their jaws.
That's right.
Tears gone cold, I'm wondering why. Got out of bed at all.
I love that song. That song's great. And
It is a great song.
And there's no Ooga
Dear
Chaka.
Stan.
There's no Ooga Chaka in it, by the way, to everybody who keeps telling me Ooga Chaka is the best part of that other song that we've been talking about. And I disagree. I freaking hate it. Ooga Chaka.
Really?
It means it's such an
It's
odd
such a
thing.
boring song without it.
I mean, you're not wrong, but it's like saying, feelings is boring. So right in the middle of it, I'm going to have booga ooga. Like, why? Why?
All right. Well, come on now. I mean, that's a little bit, that's a different, Feelings is such a different kind of song than Hooked on a Feeling.
I mean, Hook.
It's got the same word. Okay. Yeah, it's got the same word.
Well, no, but I mean any song. Honestly, it doesn't matter the example. You could say
like
anything.
Who let the dogs out? Ooga Chaka, Ooga Chaka. Who let the dogs out?
Okay, that kind of
Chaka,
fits.
ooga.
That fits.
Yeah,
So a
okay.
shitty song deserves a shitty thing in the middle,
We built this city, Ooga Chaka, Ooga
Yeah.
Chaka. We built this city on rock and
Yeah.
roll. Built this city, Ooga Chaka.
Yeah, put
Ooga
it
Chaka.
in there. Put it in the Starship. I agree with that. But take a song that's like just thematically.
Never gonna Ooga Chaka. Never gonna Ooga Chaka.
I hate it. I absolutely freaking hate it. And there's nothing any of these emails are going to do to change my mind. You guys are all nuts.
Yeah.
It's bad. I hate it. I don't like that song.
Oh, I love it. I think it's it gives that song a very unique character, and no one covering the song since, even though the original does not have any Ooga Chaka, nobody covering it since covers it without the Ooga Chaka.
Yeah.
And the Guardians of the Galaxy, when they get to the prison and they're kind of locked in there, that's the only song I want to hear. That's all.
Oh, I don't mind hearing that song, but the minute they go Ooga Chaka, I go, oh, okay.
Really?
Because I think that's what I'm saying about this song. I like that song a lot. I think that thing is gimmicky and weird. I don't know what my problem is. I'll admit it. I'm probably clearly I'm in the minority. Like most people seem to like it.
But it's obviously all kidding aside, we can like what we like and don't like what we don't like, and nobody can tell you you're wrong about your opinion.
Yeah.
But in this case,
You're right.
I'm just kidding.
My kind of torture would be, how they always they'll have a
The
terrorist camp.
Guantanamo Bay.
That sort of thing, and they put on speakers and they just blare like death
Right.
metal or whatever. Somebody do that. Just put Ooga Chaka on repeat. Forget about the rest of the song. Just do the Ooga Chaka part. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I would die. I would give all the information. Oh, fine. I'll squeal like a pig. Here's who's in charge. I planted the bomb.
Oh, for me, it's hey, we're gonna play the Black Eyed Peas album Elefunk. Okay, what do you need to know? Here's my
They only
ATM
have
number.
to. They only have to threaten you with it. They don't even have to play it, and you're gonna give it all up.
Play it. Yeah.
Oh no, I remember the dancing baby thing. Hate that too, and they used Ooga Chaka for that.
Did they use it for Crazy Frog also, or was Crazy Frog something else? I know that was huge in the UK and not quite as big out here. But what was
that the animated frog where you could see his peen? That was the thing, right?
Could you see his peen?
Yeah, there was some frog craze where the frog was like a little wild little freaky
it was
frog.
Axel F. Okay.
Axel F.
You can see his peen. Look at that.
Yeah, he's got a little doodle down there.
What the heck is the deal with that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it ever got. I mean, I only ever saw it on the internet, so I don't think it was ever censored there. But maybe if it was like part of a TV thing or something. Well, whatever. In Europe, they don't care about that stuff, so maybe his wiener was always out. But
yeah,
I just remember
that's
thinking,
really,
it's an odd thing,
really funny.
Odd thing to do your little mascot. Give him a little penis.
It really is. By the way, Ooga Chaka would probably improve that song too.
Yeah, so that's another bad one. But you play for me the Six Flags. Oh
yeah, Venga Boys.
I'm into that. I'm into that. But you put Ooga Chaka in the middle.
To party. We like to party. We like to party.
Yeah, I like that song. So I'm not opposed to some garbage.
I'm working towards looking like the Six Flags guy. By the way.
Oh, you have to hunch over a little bit and get big glasses.
Yeah.
I used to like him.
I'm working on that.
All right, let me know how that goes. You guys will see it first here on the show. I would.
That's right. Yeah, you're coming to TMS in 2035.
Yeah,
Brian will be the Six Flags dancing.
Oh, the part I didn't read from this dude. He says you are talking about exotic animals here, and 4 states have no restrictions. Missouri requires a permit and/or license. Utah's a little more restrictive on exotic animals. So you can't come and just have like a Bengal tiger here. But when it comes to like what you do with your pets, I guess we're worse. I don't know what that. I'd have to go look, and I don't want to be depressed, so I'm not going to go look. But
I know. Yeah.
Take care of your animals is all I'm saying, everybody.
Yeah.
It's all we have. All right. Claire called in. I have to play it.
I'm kidding. Good. I'm glad.
Let's have a moment of silence.
Happy.
Moment of silence for Claire. No, she.
Well, because if you're not silent, you won't be able to hear her because she speaks so quietly and demurely.
Sure, but here she is talking about daylight savings. She has some thoughts. Here you go.
Hi guys, it's Claire. I have opinions on the whole daylight savings thing, if you can believe. So, Brian, you mentioned that it was dark when you were going to Orange Theory, and that sucked. But like, what does it matter? Because I know you guys don't have normal jobs, and you sit in your basement and whatever. But also, like, would you not prefer it's dark in the morning when you're at work, when you're doing mundane stuff? And then it's brighter in the evening when you have your free time and you can go outside and you can go in the garden and you can go on walks. Maybe it's just because I'm a woman and I'm always told that I have to stay inside when it's dark, which when it's winter is from 4 p.m. So you get home from work. Yeah, I'm not working right now, but still. Get home from work and then it's dark and you're like, shit, I can't really walk the dog anywhere nice. Even though I have a head torch and all of that, I just have to walk up and down the street and it's soul destroying. And sure, I have seasonal affective disorder and regular depression, but like, what do you think? Like, I would prefer, I'm curious what other people think. If you prefer it lighter in the evenings more or in the morning more. Kind of love the show though. Bye.
She says this was sub 1 minute, by the way, Brian. Was that really less than a minute long? It does not. Yeah.
It was a minute 13.2.
Her point may be,
if time is real, Brian, minute 13.2.
If time was real. Yes, exactly. Yeah. No, you know what? It is purely like going to Orange Theory when it's dark, purely a psychological thing of, oh my God, I'm here so early. What am I doing here so early kind of feeling. And then when it's light out, then it's like, all right, it's light. I'm going in, coming out. It's going to still be light. Get to do my thing and be done.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you. Like can I have it? You know what? Both ways. I'd like some light in the morning.
I want it both ways. Tell me why.
There's another song I unapologetically like. I like that song.
It too. I'm not even going to apologize for liking it.
But I would like it there. I like a little early morning light, and I like some nice deep into the evening light. Like the longest days of the year are always my favorites because that you get that, you kind of get it on both ends. But there's something sort of miserable in the Intermountain area where you and I both live about getting up at the crack of dawn and going to the gym in the pitch black when it's cold and everything. It's very demotivating to have it like that. So while I take Claire's point, I think she's right.
And she's absolutely right. I'd much rather have it after 4 p.m. than have it pre 7 a.m.
Oh,
totally agree.
Yeah,
totally
100%.
Agree.
And I'm gonna start walking more at night. I do it in the day, but I'd like to go more at night.
Make sure you have a head torch.
Yeah, head torch. And what else you Irish people do?
Mace and
man, their premier. We don't talk about politics on this show, but their Irish premier dude kind of raking our dude over the coals the other day in their little interview. That was pretty great.
Oh, good. I'd see. That's the part I didn't hear. I heard. I almost did an impersonation. I really wanted to, but I just heard.
It's hard not to.
Yeah. Oh, and then I heard the stupidest question from somebody. There is some kiss ass in his Oval Office is like, yeah, you guys are actually a really happy and friendly group of people, aren't you? You're kind of known for that. Well, yes, we are. Why would you allow Rosie O'Donnell to move there? Right, Donald? Right? Please love me.
Please love me. Please kiss my feet.
Please love me.
So stupid.
So
gosh
freaking
dang it, what a pud. Whoever that is, I don't even want to know who that was. I just want to see Marco Rubio in the corner all going, I hope no one notices me in here.
I'm sinking into the couch.
I hope nobody sees me. I used to have integrity. Look at me now.
That is Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend.
Oh, that guy with the squinty eyes he has no eyeballs. That guy.
Which begs the question, Marjorie Taylor Greene has a boyfriend?
Well, her husband divorced her, because why wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. And then he came along and said, hey, I can barely see you. Let's go out. And she said, okay.
With my squinty eyes. Yeah, she looks all right. Yeah.
She looks like, I mean, if you open his eyes, you'd see that he was dating, who played the wrestler? Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke.
Terrible stuff. All right.
When Vegas Beetlejuice was our local idiot, Lauren Boebert, not Marjorie Taylor Greene. Easy to get those two confused because you can barely see them between the folds of Donald Trump's butt.
Yeah. Plus, they also fight, those two. They're not happy with each other. There's infighting between Boebert and MTG.
Well, the enemy of my enemy, it turns out, still my enemy.
Yeah.
It turns out.
I want to know. I don't know whatever. I'm not going to look up why her boyfriend's in the Oval Office.
It's the worst season of Beef ever. Yeah.
It's terrible. All right. Moving on to this.
Yes.
Update on the High Roller, TMS Sunday night.
Yes.
Tell us.
Yeah. So a couple things about TMS Vegas. All right. If you previously have gone into the spreadsheet under High Roller, Chandelier Bar, Verbenas, like there was one column there that had all that stuff. We broke it up into 4 columns because that made actually a lot more sense. So we could actually see, all right, how many people are actually going to be in the bar car on the High Roller? How many people just want to wait on the ground? How many people want to go to the Tilted Kilt? And how many people want to go to Cosmopolitan for Verbenas after? And I think we might even have a 5th column that is how many people are going to do a non-bar car on the High Roller. Want to do the High Roller but don't need to drink. So make sure if you've gone in that spreadsheet and entered your name early, go in and refix it and change it to the appropriate column, just so that we can make sure we know the right numbers of people to roughly wait for. I think we are saying, like, we're locking it down at 8:30. If you're not there, we're going without you in the bar car. So but I'll figure that out, and that'll actually be updated in the spreadsheet and on the tmsvegas.com.
Yeah, and if you get left
TMS.Vegas.
Right. If you get left behind, I'll be down there at the bottom, so you can hang out with me.
Exactly. There'll be stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chandelier Bar, Barry is working on a thing where we can actually not just get 2 hours of unlimited Verbenas. Comes with a cost, and we need to, we'll talk about that. But unlimited Verbenas and our own little private tadpooly space on the Chandelier Bar, level 1.5 of the Cosmopolitan, where we can kind of be there and not get kicked out, not get, asked to leave when there are more fashionable people that arrive.
Sure. When the celebrities roll in. Exactly.
When the celebrities, when Kendra from whatever the Hugh Hefner show was, when Kendra shows up, then we don't have to move. I saw Kendra in Vegas years ago it was at the Peppermill.
Did you talk to her at all?
Bar.
Like, say, hey,
no.
Kendra?
She was there with an entourage. And plus, what am I going to say? Loved watching the clips where they made fun of you on the soup.
Yeah. Good job. Well done. You were super ridiculous and easy to make fun of. Good job.
Exactly. Congratulations on your marriage to an 89-year-old man.
Yeah. How'd that go for you? Well done.
Anyway, so that's one thing right there for this spreadsheet. Just go in and make sure your information is up to date there. Number 2, there are 8 spots left in the video game tournament, player 1. So make sure you get your Get your name in there. It is free to play, of course. And
they're arcade machines, by the way, so don't get all hooked into this idea that someone's going to Fortnite you to death. These are our old arcade machines, like stuff from the 80s and 90s. We're not going to subject you to some ridiculous standard. So if you're nervous going, I don't really play games today. Yeah, but you played them when you were a kid, so let's go.
That's right. Yes, you can play. What was that game? Conga Bongo? What was the game where you had, it was like a little...
The bongos?
Congo? No, it's another one. It was a joystick. You move the thing and there was it's like a 3/4 view version of Donkey Kong, because there was a monkey at the end throwing rocks or barrels.
Oh, what was that?
And you were a little adventurer dude, and you had to jump across the alligators and the lava and stuff. It was like, let's mix Pitfall with Donkey Kong and make a new game. Congo Bongo, was it?
Congo Bongo is a jazzy blue style rock piece. Nope, that's not it.
It's also the game I'm thinking of. Yeah, there it is. Congo Bongo.
It is called Congo Bongo with a C or a K?
With a C.
Okay.
And I'll give you a clip to show the video. Here you go.
All right, let's take a look.
Here is a video of Congo Bongo.
All right, here we go. Hold on, pulling it up. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Ah, I played the shit out of this.
Yeah, of course you did. We all did.
I forgot this was... I'd forgotten about it, though. Here, let me skip ahead, and you guys can see how it worked. Yeah, it was like pseudo 3D. You kind of had
It's basically, 3/4 view Donkey Kong.
Yeah, and Nintendo didn't make it. Somebody else did. They were
Sega.
They were was it Sega? They were aping on the Nintendo success. Clearly. Also, look, there's an era of video games where everybody was required to use the same damn font. Everybody.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah,
this is it right there.
That is so funny. Whatever that font is. Just,
I remember that game being pretty good.
This one?
Yeah,
I did. I liked it. Yeah. But it was hard with that 3/4 view to judge. That was like the Zaxxon problem, where figuring out where the little coconut was going to roll down the thing.
Yeah. 3D was rough. Pseudo 3D was hard to give you depth perception, right? You couldn't really tell.
Exactly.
I remember, like Zaxxon, we're going to talk about that on Play Retro tomorrow, but you would have to lower your ship. Again, a 2D representation of 3D. You had to lower it and go through the little space, or else you were going to clip yourself and die. And gauging that was half the challenge of that damn game.
It really was. It was like, all right, we'll give him a little shadow on the ground to help him out a little bit. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
But like knowing your height to get through cutouts in the wall and the top and stuff is like, oh, am I high enough?
Yeah. What do you think?
Got my shadow lined up and everything else.
What do you think of that, Stephanie? Talking about games, she loves games.
Well, here's the thing. She just posted Kyle bought her a Nintendo DS, so she's a gamer now.
A DS?
Yeah.
You're not just a gamer, you're a freaking retro gamer. That thing's 20 years old in 04, so you're over 20 years old on that device.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Go pick up our armor. No, what is it? Our action. What's the AW? It was the great game. Armor Wars. Action.
Oh, you're talking about Advance Wars.
Wars.
That's Game Boy Advance, so that was earlier than that.
Oh,
DS had them. Yeah,
there was a DS version that used both screens.
That's right.
Yeah.
They did. That's right. They had two, I think, and the second one was.
I loved it on the. I never had an Advance, which is probably why it was called Advance Wars, right?
Yeah, that was the original reason. But yeah, but all those games, dude, Advance Wars, some of my favorite games ever made.
Yeah, love those.
All right, Steph, get in there.
Anyway, there you go.
She has Little Mermaid and Donkey Kong Country. That's great.
Of course you do.
That's great.
And then finally, one last plug here. I'm wearing the shirt for it. This is the MS-150 shirt from which year? Oh, it doesn't say. I think it was 2 years ago. MS-150, please donate if you know somebody, especially if you know somebody who suffers from MS. This is a great service, a great charity that does a lot of work to further development into research to find a cure and also figure out ways to prevent it from even being a thing that you have to cure. And you can go to tiny.cc/bikecoverville to make a donation. Currently at $1,295 and shooting for that 3,000 goal there, which we clobbered last year. So please, $10
Do you
$15
ever
would be
find
kinda
out?
fun,
Is there a way to like, as somebody who participates in it every year, and certainly your Aunt Barb would be somebody who would probably be interested in this. But do they ever like? Do you get updates on the latest, like
how they're doing?
This money went to this particular project research thing, and now we know this about MS, and that gets us this many feet closer to a cure. You know what I mean? Like, do you ever
I get updates from our captain, a guy named Steve, who also has MS. He is very, like, he's actually been involved in studies and did like reporting to like do some tests with medicine and where they graphed everything, like the how well did this one work, how well did this other one work. So Steve gives us all updates, and they're a lot closer than they've ever been, which I guess you could say, really, as long as they're closer, but no, they are close to finding a cure for this. So
well, hurry up, because Brian's legs aren't going to last forever. All right.
Exactly. Yes, I was looking. They posted the route, and it's going to be a monster. It's going to be a beast.
Yeah.
So
I mean, how much chode butter can one man need? You know,
I don't know if I have enough. Yes.
Well, awesome. Go check it out. Tiny.cc/bike coverville if you'd like to support a very worthy cause. And
yes,
it's also good use of Brian's bike. So get that going.
It is. Let's actually use that bike.
All right, we are going to take our leave now. Here's the deal. The reason we're short today is twofold. I have a meeting that came early. I got to do it. But also my sister is traveling. So it kind of worked out. Wendy is not around anyway, so we're going to be able to spend any time with her. She's going to actually be here at the very end of the month for about a week to be with my mom. And, of course, we're going to get to see her and stuff. That may mean a chance to get her on the show live one of those days. I don't know. I'd
like to get her on the show on that Thursday for Therapy Thursday, but better would be to get her on the Friday, which would be Playdate, and have her playing games with us.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yes.
Dude, you guys would have to be on your best behavior out there with your wiener drawings and stuff.
That's right.
Including myself.
Yeah. She'll look at Drawful and be able to say, this person's got this disorder. This person's got this problem. This person suffers from this. Perfect.
Yeah, that would be great. I will tell you this, having a mom who's pretty immobile at the moment, boy, that sure changes your schedule around. Like,
yeah, I'm sure it does.
Guess what I've had zero time to do? There's this huge content patch for WoW. I've played maybe 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Just haven't had time.
Yeah.
We're going out there, or I think Kim and Carter are going there today. We're going again tomorrow. And then again this weekend. Like, if they were up the road, it'd be a lot easier. But they're an hour away.
Easier. Yeah.
So I have to keep going out there. Anyway, all that coming up. Brian, we haven't mentioned this yet, but there's a Coverville today, noon, correct? What are you guys doing?
Yes. Celebrating the music of the aforementioned Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, shit.
We have 2 birthdays this month, both Fergie and Will.I.M. That's how
every time I turn around, I like Fergie. She's all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Every time it comes around my London. Anyway, both of them celebrating their 50th birthday. So 2 Black Eyed Peas celebrating the 50th birthday. But don't worry, it's like covers of the Black Eyed Peas by folks like Robin Adele Anderson, Twisted Measure, Natty Bong, and even Maneskin from your Eurovision contest.
Oh, is that who that is? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, they're great. They're bizarre. They feel like the band that Will Ferrell was trying to parody in that movie a few years ago.
Oh, awesome! I should check this one out. This sounds interesting. And that's all. I guess there was only. Well, I only think of like 3 Black Eyed Peas songs, so there's more going on, right?
I Got a Feeling, Let's Get It Started, My Humps, Where Is the Love, Pump It.
Yeah, there's a fair lot.
And then there's some covers by members of the Black Eyed Peas that aren't too bad. But that's not all. Also doing a set of covers of Twisted Sister because Dee Snider is turning 70.
What?
Let that sink in. Dee Snider now looks as old as he looked. As old as he looked in that video for.
He was so fun fact about Dee Snider. He was my 3rd favorite David Letterman guest. He's extremely intelligent.
He really is,
and funny, and like really out of the normal. What you think of him as Twisted Sister lead man, he's nothing like that. He's really smart, really quick witted, and he was amazing with Dave. So here, let me tell you my top 3: Norm Macdonald,
without a doubt,
Tony Randall before he died,
Oh, really? That's out of left field.
He's so good
Wouldn't have
on
been able
there.
to guess that one.
You should track down some of his appearances. They are so freaking funny.
Sure.
And then thirdly, Dee Snider.
Not Crispin Glover. Wow. Okay.
No, turns out that one and done for him, I think, is how that worked.
When you kick David Letterman in the head, you don't get to come back, turns out.
Nope.
Yes.
Don't do it. He's not doing a show anymore, but still don't kick him in the head. I wouldn't recommend it.
Right. Please don't. Yes, exactly. Twisted Sister and Black Eyed Peas, both bands that I thought were garbage when they first came out, and I was wrong about one of them. So,
all right. There you go then. That's today, noon for Brian. Now here's the good news. Here's the good news. We used to compete with you with Core, but not now because for the next 6 months we're at 1 p.m. Arizona doesn't have a time change, so John still needs to stick with his noon time. And so the rest of us will adhere to the new time at 1 p.m. So if you want to check out both these shows, just roll straight from one to the other, guys.
Exactly. And technically they are on at the same time because time doesn't exist.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I guess,
this show is on right now at the same time as Coverville and Core.
Now, that's actually a really great point to counter what this guy's saying, because we have two things scheduled. One will run and the other will not be happening at those moments, right, in time.
Right.
And even though, I don't want to think about it too hard.
Yeah.
It's too weird. Anyway, that's today at 1 p.m. Check out Core. We'd love to have you there. Cool. Frogpants.tv for the live show and the podcast after if you'd like. TMS Friday happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. for patrons. We'll have that scheduled up tonight, so you'll be able to get ready for that.
Trivia and a movie review.
Yeah, baby.
You don't know what I'm going to watch tonight.
No, I can guess because there aren't a lot of releases this weekend, but I have no idea.
There are two big ones, though, and it's one of those two big releases this weekend.
Let's see, Mickey 17 was last week. I don't know. I can't guess. I can't think what's coming out this weekend. Anyway, we'll have that and also lots of fun stuff. So come back for that. Play Retro at 1:30 Mountain tomorrow and Film Sack this Saturday. And we're watching that there Gene Hackman deal. What's the name? What's the name of that thing again?
It's Under Suspicion.
Under Suspicion.
It's such a unique name. No other movie ever used the name Under Suspicion.
No.
So
only 30 other movies, but really none of them. There's so many. What the hell happened there with that one?
It's silly. It's silly what it is.
It's really dumb. Anyway, big weekend.
A lot of big movies coming out this weekend. Look at that.
Really?
Okay.
I'll have to look at Rotten Tomatoes and make a guess. And see if I'm right tomorrow. Anyway, all that stuff. Big weekend of content. Check it all out. frogpants.com/TMS for everything else. And a reminder, you send your voicemails and your texts now to voicecast.app/TMS. That will do it for us. Oh, get your TMS Vegas tickets. All right, we talk a lot about all the stuff happening there, but you need to get the tickets to get there at all. So go there, tms.vegas.
TMS.Vegas.
Yep, down at the bottom, click it, bam, boom, you're in. You're all set to go. As soon as we get as best account as I can on as many are coming as I can then open up swag only for those who aren't coming. I just can't do it until I know how many of you guys are coming. All right, it's a whole logistics thing here. It's a pain in the ass. So go check it out, tms.vegas. Get your tickets now. Brian, let's play a song and get the F out of here. What do you got?
Okay. Andrew Lyons wrote in and said, "Hey, Scort and Brain, this year, March 13th, will mark the 10th year since I lost my brother Chris to an aneurysm at the too young age of 34. He was the beacon of personality in any room, and I miss him dearly every single day. He was a fan of many musical groups, namely Cowboy Mouth and Counting Crows. A few years ago, you played Iko Iko by Cowboy Mouth to honor my brother. If you can find another cover by Cowboy Mouth, I would love to hear it. But there are lesser-known groups I understand that proves too difficult. In lieu of that, can you play the Counting Crows cover of the Faces song, Ooh La La? Scott, can I get a random Wendy clip, given that y'all should have just gotten off the phone with her? Her segment is my favorite, by the way. Sorry, Andrew.
Sorry, dude. I feel bad that you didn't get one today.
Celebrate your bros, yo. Signed Arborist Andrew. Let's still get a random Wendy clip so we can say that she was in this episode.
All right, here we go. I got a lot. I'll just pick one at random. Here we go. We'll do this one.
The kids now that are sucky.
The kids now that are sucky. There you go.
A lot of kids now that are sucky. So in his "What song do you want to play?" he said "Ooh La La" by Counting Crows. So I didn't even look to read to say that he prefer it, or he was hoping for a Cowboy Mouth, or he wasn't really hoping. He was saying either one of those. But I went right straight to "Ooh La La" by Counting Crows because this is a fantastic song. It's all about wishing, if time were a thing that actually was linear, wishing that you had the knowledge back when you were younger that you do now, which you do because all of it occurred at the same time. Weird.
Weird. It's all one moment, really.
All one moment. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Ooh La La by Counting Crows from their Underwater Sunshine, or What We Did over the summer, whatever it was called, cover album that they released several years ago.
All right.
Never, brand new album coming out this year, and so far it's great. Like the 4 songs they've released are great. So I'm excited for Counting Crows.
Check it out. Yeah, been a while for me. So yeah. Well, here it is. Let's play it. We'll see you guys for all this other stuff this weekend. Have a great one. We'll see you then.
Once upon a time, there was a hero named you. Find the next step of your quest at frogpants.com.
There's a hole in the roof.